Welcome to the world of science fiction stories, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and share the channel. Enjoy the listening. When humanity owes you a favor, expect the unimaginable. You know what's worse than being broke in a galaxy full of wealth? Having everyone know you're broke in a galaxy full of wealth. Hey, the name's Krex Thorn, and if you're hearing this recording, then either my plan works spectacularly or I'm currently being processed into nutrient paste for the prison cafeteria. 50/50th chance, really. So here I am, standing outside the Grand Galactic Council chambers on Nexus Prime, the supposed jewel of the seven systems. Jewel, right? More like a bureaucratic nightmare wrapped in shiny architecture. The massive crystalline towers stretch up so high they puncture the cloud layer, because apparently subtlety isn't in the Council's vocabulary, much like fair trade practices or reasonable interest rates. Hey K, the year is 3457 by the human calendar. Oh, I should mention I've adopted human timekeeping since dealing with them. It's charmingly primitive, just like everything else about them. But I'm getting ahead of myself. Citizen Thorn, the Council will see you in approximately 247 ticks, drones the reception AI. Its holographic face wears that perpetual pleasant expression that somehow still manages to convey complete indifference to your existence. Fantastic, I reply, adjusting my ceremonial trade guild sash. The once vibrant purple fabric is now faded, a perfect metaphor for my company's fortunes. I'll just wait here, shall I? Perhaps contemplate my imminent financial doom. The AI doesn't appreciate my humor. Nobody does in this sector. That's part of my problem. Thorn Interstellar Trading, DIT for short, which I didn't realize was unfortunately hilarious in human language until it was too late, once controlled shipping routes across 3 major systems. My father built it from nothing, trading rare minerals from the Korean asteroid belt. I expanded to luxury goods, technology components, even exotic biologicals. We were the go-to transport for anything that needed to get anywhere, no questions asked. Well, minimal questions asked. Okay, fine. We asked exactly as many questions as legally required. Now, I'm 2 payments away from having my last ship repossessed by the Galactic Trade Bank. My crews have jumped to competitors, and my warehouses sit empty. And that snake Drax Zeller, my competition with his perfectly polished horns and his family connections, is circling like a Taurian vulture ready to pick up the pieces. The DIT is going down, he had the nerve to announce at the last guild meeting, laughing at his own joke while his sycophants tittered along. Going down like a... Well, use your imagination. I'm not just facing bankruptcy. In the Galactic Council's territory, bankruptcy means complete social death. My citizen rating would plummet. I'd lose my residence permit for any core world. I'd be lucky to end up managing a waste reclamation facility on some forgotten moon. The council chamber doors loom before me, intricately carved with the history of galactic commerce. Ironic, considering they're about to witness the end of my chapter in it. But I have one last desperate card to play, one final completely insane gambit that has maybe a 0.01% chance of working. The humans owe me a favor, and if there's one thing I've learned about humans in my limited dealings with them, they're absolutely, certifiably, terrifyingly unpredictable. The door chimes. The AI announces my name. It's showtime. Citizen Krex Thorn, approach the Council of Commerce and state your petition. I take a deep breath and step forward. Let's see if humans really do pay their debts. As I stand before the council, my mind drifts back to that fateful day 3 cycles ago. There I was minding my own business, quite literally, as I was conducting a perfectly legitimate trading run through the Varan Nebula. Well, mostly legitimate. Let's just say certain cargo manifests might have had some creative interpretations. Captain Thorn, we're picking up a distress signal, my navigator Plex had announced, his 4 eyes blinking in sequence, always a sign he was nervous. Source. I asked, already calculating whether a rescue detour would cost more in fuel than the potential salvage rights would pay. It's a human vessel, sir. Now that got my attention. Humans were rare in our sector. Their recent admission to the Galactic Council was still controversial. Most species found them unpredictable, emotional, and frankly, a bit scary. Their home-world stories about conquering space didn't exactly help their reputation. Show me, I commanded, and the view screen flickered to life. The human ship was elegant, I'll give them that. All sleek lines and purposeful design. But now it was drifting, power fluctuations visible even from our distance. Around it, 3 scry raiders were moving in. Easy customers, the scree. Plex muttered. Not officially recognized by the Council, which means they operate outside of law. Pirates, to use the human term. Sir, we should continue on course, Plex suggested. Scry don't take kindly to interference. He was right, of course. The smart play was to pretend we saw nothing. Prepare rescue protocols, I said instead. Sometimes I wonder if I absorbed some human impulsiveness during that encounter. And armed defensive systems. What followed was, to put it mildly, an interesting tactical situation. The Scry weren't expecting resistance. My ship, the Fortunate-When, wasn't technically a combat vessel, but you don't survive the trading routes without some modifications that don't appear on official registrations. 20 tense minutes later, the Scry had retreated. My ship had 3 new scorch marks along the port side, and we were docking with the human vessel, the SS Horizon. That's when I met her, Captain Lena Voss. 6 feet of confident human female in a crisp blue uniform, with short auburn hair and the most unsettling green eyes I'd ever seen. Human eyes are disturbing enough with their single color and tiny pupils, but hers, they seem to look straight through you, cataloging weaknesses. Captain Thorn, she said, extending her hand in that peculiar human greeting custom. You have my sincere gratitude. I reluctantly pressed my 3-fingered hand against hers. Just following Council salvage protocols, I lied. She smiled. Humans do that a lot. Showing teeth. In most species, it's a threat display. With them, it's supposedly friendly. Supposedly. No, you weren't, she said simply. The Galactic Council has no jurisdiction here, and we both know it. You risked your ship and crew for strangers. I shrugged, uncomfortable with her accuracy. Perhaps I calculated the potential profit. Perhaps, she conceded, still with that tooth display. Regardless, humanity repays its debts, Captain. You have earned a favor from us. A significant one. I laughed. What could humans possibly offer that would interest me? Captain Voss handed me a small metallic disc. When you need us, and someday you will, activate this. Humanity will answer. I took it more out of politeness than expectation, tucking it into my pocket and promptly forgetting about it. Until now. The journey to Earth consumed the last of my operational funds. Lovely. Nothing says successful businessman like arriving at humanity's home world in a ship that's one engine sputter away from becoming a very expensive coffin. As I approached the blue-green planet, my communication system crackled to life. GED vessel, identify yourself and state your business, came the clipped professional voice of Earth Orbital Control. This is Captain Krex Thorn of the independent trader Fortunate-When, requesting landing permission for a diplomatic matter. I tried to sound important, hard to do when your life support is making the concerning gurgling noise. A pause. Scanning your vessel now. Please stand by. I winced. My ship would hardly impress anyone these days. Fortunate-When, you are cleared for landing at International Spaceport. Pad 47C, follow the transmitted approach vector precisely. The landing was smoother than I deserved, given the state of my stabilizers. The Earth's gravity felt heavier than I was used to, or maybe that was just the weight of desperation on my shoulders. The human embassy to non-con species was a towering structure of glass and metal in what they called Mu Geneva. I clutched Captain Voss's metal disc in my hand as I approached the security checkpoint. Purpose of visit? Asked a bored-looking human in a blue uniform. I have business with Captain Lena Voss of the SS Horizon. I held up the disc. She owes me a favor. The human's expression didn't change, but he spoke quietly into his communication device. 2 minutes later, I was being escorted, not entirely voluntarily, into a sterile white room with a single table and 3 chairs. I waited for exactly 43 minutes. Humans love making you wait. Maybe it's a power play. Maybe their concept of time is just fundamentally broken. Who knows? The door finally opened to admit 3 humans. None was Captain Voss. Captain Thorn, said the lead human, a tall male with dark skin and closely cropped silver hair. I'm Admiral Chen, Earth Defense Force. This is Director Reynolds of Interspecies Relations, and Dr. Patel, our xenolinguistics specialist. Where's Captain Voss? I demanded, currently commanding our flagship in the Tatari system. Admiral Chen replied smoothly. But we are authorized to honor any legitimate claim on humanity's behalf. Dr. Patel, a small female with curious eyes, examined the disc I placed on the table. This is authentic, she confirmed after running a scanner over it.